Oh, you want a hug?
I want
Okay.
a hug.
How are you?
How are you? I'm fine.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, thank you.
So excited. Can't wait to hear you speak.
All done, all done.
All right, thank you so much.
How are you doing?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
So much, Ronald. How are you?
Thank you.
Did you rest?
I will rest when you die.
Yes,
Not when you're still alive. How are you? Good, thank you. How are you doing? How are you?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you, Murise. Your team was there.
You were trending on their trend.
Trending, when were we trending then? Thank you. Sure. Thank you. Of course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. We greatly appreciate it. Oh, you want a hug?
I want
Okay.
a hug.
How are you?
How are you? I'm fine.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you
I'm
doing?
so happy to have you.
Oh, thank you.
So excited. Can't wait to hear you speak.
All done, all done.
All right, thank you so much.
How are you doing?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
So much, Ronald. How are you?
Thank you.
Did you rest?
I will rest when you die.
Yes,
Not when you're still alive. How are you? Good, thank you. How are you doing? How are you?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you, Murise. Your team was there.
You were trending on their trend.
Trending, when were we trending then? Thank you. Sure. Thank you. Of course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. We greatly appreciate it. All right, thank you.
I'm featuring too much in this video.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the national.
This is a conversation. So you can't be, when we're growing up, I remember when you are amongst older people and you would stand, yet they are seated. Wainzi ndono chaga msipiti. Unoziva. So andidugu chagira msipiti. So I'm going to sit. And we have a conversation. And after all, most of the people here, I'm sure they've heard me speak a lot of times. So we just can't continue talking. I don't believe in that. We can't just be talk shows. But I think it's important for us to have conversations whereby we'll then be result-oriented and we give ourselves some targets that we're then supposed to also be able to follow through. Let me acknowledge each and every one of you who is here. Allow me to say all captains of the industry, as alluded to by our host, who won yesterday to be the ICT Journalist of the Year. Your efforts are very much recognized. We really want to thank you. I think the mistake that I did is I gave you my phone number. So each day I get more than 10, if not 15 articles being written at once by this gentleman. So when I assumed my role as Minister of ICT, he was also the one who would make sure I raise everything negative about me. But I really understood him because he wanted me to know what I'm supposed to do. And I really want to appreciate him for that. Because definitely if you're put at the deep end, I'm sure you know what it means. You continuously be thinking. And let me tell you, the event that we had yesterday, it was a conversation I had with him when we were starting. I'm sure he was used, I don't know. I don't want to comment about that, but I'm sure he was used to some certain ministers. Not that I'm saying the ones that are specific to Minister of ICT, but I'm sure him being a journalist, he was used to some ministers who would say things that never come to pass. I'm sure. Not only ministers, but even other people. I'm sure he was used to that. So he said to me, Minister, I don't know the last time we had awards. Then I said, okay, so what do you think? He said, please, it would be good for us to have these awards. So now the mistake that I then did is, you know me, I'm always fond of saying, when I'm in any fora, I would say, please say whatever you want. So when I then said, please, can you say whatever you want? Then he put up his hand and then he said, Minister, we have not had any awards. And that was in March this year. And he said it when I assumed my role as minister in September. So I then felt so bad. So I just want to tell the team from the ministry who are here, the pressure was also coming from one person like him. So I had a lot of pressure. Even now when we're having our management meetings, I'll tell you the people from the ministry were saying, no, Minister, this is the end of the year. We can't do these awards. Then I said, please come back in 1 week and tell me how we are going to do those awards. So the pressure was also coming from people that are very much willing to contribute to the digital landscape of this country. And I want to congratulate all winners. And I'm sure I'm seeing a lot of faces of some people who got some awards yesterday. Well done and congratulations. And let me also hasten to say, the ones which did not get, please make sure this coming year you get. And that can only be done by pushing so hard, working so hard, and also priding in excellence. That's one thing that I've always wanted to do. I don't want to associate with mediocrity. And that's why you would realize that a lot of times, when you tell me something to say, Minister, this is what we're thinking, don't ever tell me you're thinking of something that you don't want to do. So better be sure when you tell me I want to do this, then you know we are up for the task. Dr. Rukanda, he knows it. When I say to them, guys, we're nasty. Then they said, Minister, you know, Monday, Monday is quite out the validation. Maybe it can go by a week in the that was on Friday. Then I said, see you guys Sunday evening, telling me what you would have done. Then they just said, I'm sure they didn't sleep. I'm very sure, because I remember on the validation workshop, their eyes were so swollen. And I said, okay, fine. That's the work. We need to be people who say, whenever we dedicate ourselves to say this is what we want to do, let's push for it. You see, this sector that we are in is a sector which is very, very dynamic. And the dynamism then brings about us being able to always think on our toes. What is it that needs to be done? So I really want to thank you for coming. Let's have this conversation. Congratulations, Technomag. 10 years is not a joke. Reporting on ICT issues, working in the ICT sector for 10 years. Some have failed even 1 year. I'm sure you heard one person was presenting yesterday to say, I'm glad to be back. And I said, okay, fine. Where did you go to? So you see, these are some of the conversations. So there are some people who cannot stand the heated times. They feel they can live it. But for me, I'm saying, let's not leave the space. Let's bring about the innovation that we want. Let's push on so that at least we pride in excellence. Let me also then conclude by thanking our president, His Excellency Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, a visionary leader per excellence. Let me tell you 3 good things that I've learned from our president that I'm trying to do. I know I have not reached that mark, but of course I'm trying. The first thing he has taught us is servant leadership. Hello? Whereby you are there to serve the interests of the people. That he has said and is very clear. And I'm trying. I haven't got there, but I'm trying. The second thing he has taught us is leadership which is result-oriented. It's not a secret. You are seeing infrastructure development that is happening in the country. It's because of his visionary leadership. That we cannot take it away from him. He has taught us to very much pride in results. What is it? How are you going to then be able to also achieve this? The last thing that our president has taught us is to be a listening leader. I don't know if they meant it. I had my Bankuru, our guest of our MC today, here, and what he's saying, this is a listening minister, I don't know. Then that's when Tony also repeated the same words, I don't know. But all I'm saying is we have been led, or we are being led by a person who believes in that and who shows that. So it's only important for us then to be able to listen to what you say. So I'm committing my time today to say, yes, I just have maybe under an hour to be here. I've got another commitment at 2 p.m. So it's quite far, maybe it's about 30 kilometers from here. But I thought it's important so that we have this conversation together. We hear what you think we can do to make our sector better. And let me also then read what is here to say. This Tech Convergence Fora presents an opportunity for the ministry to provide a listening ear to the stakeholders as they are set to openly debate and present the best ways forward around issues that threaten and challenge the sector. To TechnoMag, happy 10th year anniversary, and wish you many more years to come as we celebrate the impact you have made within the sector. So thank you very much. Is there a cake?
There should be a cake coming. Give the minister a big round of applause.
Thank you so much.